Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below. Good evening everybody and welcome along to another Project Cars 2 race for Apex Online Racing. Tonight we go to Monza for round 2 of the Xbox One Tier 1 GT3 League. A track most known in Formula 1 where you see the Tifosi out in full force. First opened in 1922 by Alfredo Rosoli with a 5.7km track. Consists of very long straights and tight chicanes, which is really important to get good braking stability and traction. Hello, I am Jess and I'll be your commentator for this evening's proceedings. Hope you're all having a really fantastic evening so far, and I hope you're all excited for the racing to begin. We're just about to get started with qualifying. Practice is just about to finish in about a minute or so, and we had a very interesting race last week. It was loads of action, to be honest, for the first GT3 race of the season for season 12, and like we said, there is a very good calendar for the rest of the season, so I wonder what the season is going to hold for the rest of it. So before we actually get started on the race and we go to qualifying, let's have a quick look at what the weather's going to be like. So it's going to be dry qualifying, which is probably going to be a relief for some drivers, but for the race it's going to start wet, very wet, and it's going to be like that for most of the race, and at some point, depending on how the progression goes and stuff like that, it will then turn to dry, but there will still be some puddles there as well, so it will be basically wet to dry race, and they'll have to debate whether to go onto soft tyres, which will be very interesting. And because of that, there are only 33 laps, and it's going to be roughly 1 hour. The drivers had some practice last night. They had a little bit of mixed emotions, but I will go a little bit more into the strategy pretty soon. But right now, let's look at the standings from last week then. So you were probably expecting a previous driver to top the standings, but as we saw last week, one of our new drivers, Clown Chaos, did win the race in dominant fashion, to be honest. He took the lead pretty much on the second lap, second to third lap, which was pretty darn awesome, and he stayed in the lead for most of it, with Wheezy, another new driver, in P2. So very good for that, and Chaos Theory in third place. Now, Simmons Motorsport actually do lead the constructors due to the fact that they are P2 and 3, so the P2-3 in the standings as well. To keep it cool, boys, Gnarly and I'm an Eagle are P4 and P5, Cobbernut's P6, Moo P7, and the Team Barwell boys, 7 Seppel, 8 Joxel, 8 Seppel, 9 Joxel, 10 Beats, and 11 Detox, 12 Jason Wilcox, and Callum did not race last week, but we are very pleased to tell you that he is actually racing this week for his first time actually, so should be really fun. So we are about to get underway. So are you ready, guys? I hope you're all hyped in the chat as I am for the race to start. So let's get cracking for some AOR GT3 action. Now, it looks very overcast right now, and it looks pretty darn difficult to see. It is easy to see on a really dry day. It's usually quite sunny in Monza, but it's all changed, and there's a lot of mist and mog everywhere, so they've got to have their headlights on, and probably they're going to take more time to warm the tyres a little bit, and pole times could be expected tonight will be roughly in the 145s. There could be some 144s, but we've rarely seen that on the Xbox platform. We have seen it on the PC when they've been practicing on PC, but on Xbox, I think we didn't see anyone go higher than 145. So expect that today. in terms of lap times. Now, Chaos Fury is on a lap. Now, I was given some feedback by one of the drivers last week that you want to see more of the cockpit and roof cam, but do not worry, I will be showing that for important battles, so do not worry, so you can get a bit of a more of a feel of the drivers, so like that, so you'll get more of a on-board view. So on board with Chaos Fury now, I may as well use it right now to go on board a lap. Now, just braking just before that board there and doing a right apex, keeping influence on the curve, kissing the curve a little bit, and approaching the very, very tough right-hander. Now, this is a very long straight to get across as well, and you need to brake a bit early so you can see the corners as well. That's what I would do as well, but not that much early, because obviously you need to gain a bit more speed putting into the corners as well. So you're just about to go through the Sky, now just going through that bridge, which is called the Madness Bridge for this occasion, and braking at the 50-meter board. You can brake earlier in Project Car 2 on GT3 because they're a lot slower cars than the Formula 1 cars, so that is why you can brake a bit earlier than you would usually do. So very, very long straight coming up here. You need to get some very, very good speed here along these straights. Now let me just get the speedo up for you. There we go, going through Parabolica. Very tight entry there. You got to get the exit of that corner absolutely right. Now approaching the start finish straight. What lap time is he going to set originally? He is going to set a 1:46.8. Really good banker lap as well. We may see some faster lap times. We'll have to wait and see. And we've got someone in second, the Wheezy, and with a 1:46.8. So time's pretty much very close already in terms of qualifying. So it is nice to see the drivers all showing their mettle ready for the race to start. Now, like I said earlier, I will go through the strategies a little bit more once we go to the formation lap, just so people get an idea of what is going on. And who are you rooting for in the chat as well? Just let us know in the chat. You can get involved by typing on the YouTube chat, or you could go on Twitter and use the hashtag AORPcars, and that is where you can get involved on action. So very, very excited now. Roberto is voting for wanting Weezy to do well this race, and we got Kaka Lakaka, or how you say his name. Hello, how are you doing? We've got Scottish Jim, first time watching the stream. Oh, hello, nice to see you. Welcome. Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully I will explain things well as we go through this session, so we will try and keep things in good time for you. We've got Ettore, or how do you say it, and we've got Alberto, like I said, as well. So nice to see you guys in the chat, and hopefully you will enjoy what's going on so far. So Wheezy's now gone in the pits, won for second place last week. Now, another person that did not too bad last week was I'm an Eagle. His last lap time is a 1:47. Moo's just the first person to actually go into the 1:45, which is pretty darn decent. I didn't really ask him how much in the 1:45 there actually went. So that is something that I will be taking into consideration whilst viewing all the action today. You've got to get as much laps as possible because they only have 10 minutes of qualifying. Now, some of these guys will be going on PC and qualifying for the SMS leagues for the Challenger event, and they will also practicing Brands Hatch as well. So 2 tracks they've got to focus in 1 week is quite difficult. So, and if you are entering this, by the way, I wish you the best of luck. Sign-ups are still open, so more information is on the Apex Online Racing website on how to sign up. You have to own the PC version of Project Cars, of course, in order to take part. Now, Chaos Fury has just gone faster then with a 1:45.6, so he has definitely improved quite massively there. So very, very impressed with him. Seppel, the only person not to set a lap time. Pretty much the top 6 separated. Holy moly! Eagle and Callum set the exact same lap time of 1:47.7. I've seen it in Formula 1 before, but not for very long, obviously in the games. but I've never seen it in Project Cars 2. Ever. Never seen it before. That is crazy. I mean, that is impressive. Callum is definitely setting the benchmark as well. Like, he is setting some impressive lap time. Then I can tell he can improve as well. So the rules are the first person to set that lap time will get a higher position than them. So that will be Eagle who gets 4th. So I was going to say they were separated quite close. Between P4 and P6 is close as well. So this can prove to be a very interesting race for these guys. Because they got to, basically they got to use their gut feeling for some of it. They got to judge the weather even more. They got to know when is the best time to pit for softs. When is the best time, when is the rain drying out as well. So they've got to use a bit more of their brain a bit more than the last race. The last race was dry, obviously. And most people did know the Brands Hatch track. Callum has just gone into the pits. Let's see how else we could follow. Follow Diamond Eagle. Let's follow one American. Not a bad lap time from him. He can potentially go into the 147s maybe. He can find a little bit more speed as well. Interestingly, Beats and Seppel in the 154s, 157s. So they're possibly finding the track a little bit more difficult. But maybe they adjust their tyres and set up a little bit to focus more on the race. Now, every race I've commentated it for, it always brings a challenge for these. We always have some of the top drivers usually fall short, and some of the new drivers or some of the drivers you may not expect to be higher actually pick up the pace a bit. So it can all change. And because obviously they need the weather before going into this, in Formula 1 obviously they don't get clear indication on what the weather is going to be like. But obviously in Project Cars they get a little weather briefing a few days before, roughly, to tell them what the weather's going to be, and then they can just practice. They have a few practice lobbies a few days before. We have our own Discord server where all the Xbox One Tier 1 drivers at, and they've been practicing a lot over the last few days just to make sure that they get their laps in. And the checker flag has fallen. Last people to set their lap times. KL3 is in the pits. Wheezy looks like he's going past Parabolica now. Is he going to improve? Actually, no, he's not going past Parabolica now. I thought he was. And he's just hit the gravel. Now that's quite difficult. He's in the pits now. I always get lost with corners if it's low visibility, so apologies about that. But it might be parabolic, I don't know. Anyway, Clown across the start of the straight. Is he going to get second or pole like he did last week? Across the start finish line. He's 4th, so he improves, but not enough to get pole. Jock saves on the lap as well. What could he possibly do? He stays 8th at the moment, by the looks of things. Can he find more time? No, he can't. He stays where he is. So, qualifying session then, now over. So, Moo takes pole position with Chaos Fury in 2nd. So, Moo and Chaos Fury switching between the two throughout this qualifying session. Wheezy in P3. Clown Chaos in P4. I'm an Eagle in P5. Seppel in P6. So Seppel did actually manage to find some more time. Usually people find a little bit more time towards the end of the session, which is why some people just use their best lap till last. We've got AOR Callum in 7th. Joxay in P8. Beats in P9. Gnarly in P10. Now, if it will let me scroll down. Hold on a second. How do I scroll down? Oh, there we go. We've got Cobblenuts in P11. One American in P12. And Detox did not say that time. Probably due to his pit limiter being broken. Not entirely sure. We've got ZZ Hoods in the chat. Hello, nice to see you. And yeah, so in terms of race strategy, I've been talking to the drivers like I usually do before the race, and just get an idea on strategy tonight, because in a way it is pretty simple, but they have to use more of their brain. And wets will be on the start, and the main goal for these drivers will be to keep it on the road. So they have to keep it as close on the road as possible. And even when it is time for the soft, which is usually around the halfway point, they are going to pit roughly around about laps 10 to 12, so around about that pit window. There'll still be some puddles, and that will cause their lap times to drop ever so slightly, and they need to wait for the right time as well. And when you come on track, it's faster, but avoid them. The tyres don't go up to temperature as much either. They get very cold, because obviously, because it's been raining, like you see here, there'll still be puddles, and slipstreams will be massive. So the cars that are okie dokes. Looks like we have got a lobby restart situation, our first of the season. I'd probably jinx it saying, no, we're never going to get this, it's going to be fine. But we do have a glitch, everybody, so. Anyway, as I was saying, the cars that were looking to be fast, expect to see the Lambos and the Mercedes and the SLSs fast. And the guys will be a lot comfortable around about lap 20, because they don't overheat and they just slog it to the end. And it does definitely feel like a long race. So, let me just switch to another scene ever so slightly. I need to find it. There we go. Whilst we wait to get back in the lobby. So, hold on a second. So, I think what the plan is, they're going to start a new lobby by the sounds of things. So, they are going to have 5 minutes practice, then straight to race. Okay, that is fine. To be honest, there is no Xbox One Tier 1 without any technical difficulties. PC had it last week. It's our share this week. To be honest, it's either PC or Xbox One, really. But you never know. So whilst we wait to get back in the session, let's just quickly look at the calendar ever so slightly, just to give you guys a recap, because some of you may be new to AOR and don't know roughly about what the tracks are. So I do see quite new faces in the chat that have never watched a GT3, well, might not have watched GT3. You may have watched something on PC or stuff like that, but you may not have watched Xbox One. So I will give you a clear indication. So last week we were on Brands Hatch. This week we're in Monza. Next week we are going to Long Beach. Now Long Beach is going to be tricky. I found it tricky when I was doing another league around Long Beach. And also I commentated on Indy as well. Around, I think it was IndyCar on AOR. So, you know, it just proved how difficult it is. But to be honest, it probably will be less difficult, because the Indies are a lot faster and the GT3 is a lot slower, so they can afford to take it a little bit more cautiously. So that's my reckoning anyway, but we will find out again next week. We're Road America on the 27th. Now I love that, absolutely love it. And no, why they forgot to set me to director. Okay, so I will have to quickly retire. But hey ho, I will sort it. But anyway, Road America on the 27th, the Red Bull Ring on the 6th of March, the Nürburgring Grand Prix on the 13th of March, the 20th of March, Zolder, Daytona Road on the 27th, Snetterton on the 3rd, and the final Grand Prix will be Kota. Now, Kota was a place today where they did some Indy testing. Well, no, it was yesterday, I think, where they did Indy testing, and that is pretty darn awesome. And someone I know, one commentator from AOR, actually attended that yesterday, and I feel very, very jealous, to tell you the truth, of them. And shame it wasn't broadcasted, but hey ho. Oh, I was as a director, my bad. I thought I wasn't. Thank goodness. Now, why is it 10 minutes? 10-minute practice. Okay, that is interesting. Now, I'm not going to broadcast practice because there's no point. Okay, oh wow, this is interesting. I've been disconnected from the session. I think the lobby's definitely having some issues tonight. Probably it might be because of the host, I don't know, but again, like I said, it's probably Xbox's turn to have some issues, but you know. But that's sometimes what happens on this game, and we just have to learn to deal with it. And but hopefully we can get started pretty soon. And I've just been trying to find actually what other series run on the Monza track. Now obviously you do know that obviously F1 runs it. It's probably one of the most famous tracks ever, but you know, hopefully I have got a backup invite. Thank the Lord, I do have a backup invite, and someone else just sent me an invite as well, so that is good. So hopefully I can join back. Hopefully anyway. And like I said, it was built in 1922. And it was the world's third purpose-built motor racing circuit after those of Brooklyn and Indianapolis, which is quite massive. There are loads of types of courses. There's a modern Grand Prix circuit, which is the one they're at today. There's the oval circuit, which is used in IndyCar. Well, to be honest, I don't know when the last time they ever did it on IndyCar, but they might have done it on IndyCar, I don't know. If someone can send me a link at some point at the end of the stream to find out about that would be great. And there's a junior course. I'm not entirely sure what the junior course is. And there's also the combined one as well, which has a bit of asphalt and concrete as a service, whereas the modern one just has asphalt, or however you say it. So the rounds they do is in the Italian Motorcycle Grand Prix, the World Touring Car Championship, the TCR International Series, the Superbike World Championship, Formula Renault 3.5 Series. Well, I'm not really that surprised it does it, because I think we've seen that run in iRacing in AOR. That's on Fridays, by the way, if you want to check that out. I think it is Formula Renault. Oh, I'll be disconnected again. What is going on? What is going on with life? Right, hopefully I'll have a backup invite again. Yes, I do. So hopefully I can join back. I might have to restart my Xbox if it keeps playing up. Rightly holy. Right, it's taking a while to join the multiplayer session. Now, what I need to do is get Xbox up. Holy moly. I think I jinxed it last week. Oh wait, I think I'm back. Oh, disconnected again. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to message Seppel. Now I have been invited to a chat, So we are going to take a little break whilst we get this sorted. So excuse us a second whilst we do this, and we'll see you in a bit, guys. By the way, guys, we'll let you know soon once everything's back up and running and when we're going to start the race. So keep our fingers crossed, guys. But thanks for staying with us. You know, Xbox One does have the tendency to do these things on Project Cars, but hey ho, we're still carrying on with the stream because, you know, we don't just give up at the sight of the blue moon. So, right, hopefully we can get going again. So we're in the lobby. I'm in the race. So hopefully we can get back. Now, I'm being optimistic here, guys. Hopefully this now works. So, now, hopefully this restart works fine. Now, they're not in the order of the rolling start. Oh, have we started? I didn't hear the lights go. GG, I guess. So, our current pole man, Moo, will be leading the field away. Now, as you can see, it's got tons and tons of puddles everywhere, and it's all rainy, and this is going to stay like that for around about 9 laps. And once it gets to around lap 10 or lap 11, that's when they're going to be pitting again. And they've got to be keeping an eye on the poles because the tyres will start to get cold when they go onto soft tyres as well. So very tricky for the drivers to get to grips with, which should make for some very interesting overtaking. I hope you're all hyped for the race to start. Finally we can get this underway. I think the restart of my Xbox did do the trick, which really helped, I think. Yeah, what I had to do was I had to do a power reset on my Xbox, and it seemed to work, so, which is good. So basically, for those of you that don't know, we're on a rolling start at the moment. They're about to go to a 2x2 formation, as they are right now. They've been going at a reduced speed for quite a while, just to warm their tyres up a little bit. And then once they get to the start-finish straight, also known as the acceleration zone, it will be up to our race leader, Moo, to floor it, and that will signify the start of the race. So that is how it goes, guys. And like I said, pit around laps 10 or 11. And around about lap 20, that is where people can start to get very comfortable on going with the soft tyres. So, Should be a fun race. The wet does bring its challenges on Xbox One, I gotta say, so not really surprised every time it rains, it always has some issues, but hopefully what we've seen earlier is the last of these issues, and hopefully we get some good racing underway. I wonder if next week PS4 will have some issues, because PC had it last week, we had it this week. But anyway, they're on the 2x2 formation now. Here we go. They are about to get racing in Monza. It will be up to Moon to floor it. It is very overcast conditions as well with loads of puddles. And it's away we go. Moon launched it on the start already. Two guys from the same team are working together as well. We've got Clown Chaos in the middle of both of these two cars. And let's see what's going on at the back as well. Looking clean as Detox has dropped a few positions by the sound of it. Clown Chaos has got to P3. We still got Wheezy in 4th looking for a charge. So he's right on the back of him right now. But Clown Chaos is already catching up to Chaos Fury as well. So that top right-hander coming up. He's going to probably look to go on the right-hand side, but you've got to see the corner as well. It's quite tricky in the wet. You've got to get your traction right in these tough conditions. Like I said earlier in that little introduction about the track, it's all about braking at a decent pace, or decent time, and traction as well. And it makes it 10 times more difficult in the rain. So they've got to think about that a little bit more. So all these guys are incredibly close. Look at AOR Callum to Joxay. He's going to try and make another move. Here he goes. He dives it on the inside, and he looks like he's got it. He's up to 6th now. Very nicely move done from AOR Callum. Now is Weedy going to catch up to Clown Chaos? Chaos is right on the back of Chaos Fury now. Move's already pulling away in the lead, so the lead is pretty much there. But again, like I said, Moo is pretty much the god of these wet conditions. That's why he won Season 11. Getting the windscreen wipers on. Sometimes you get a bit of dirty air as well going through here. Almost a bit of a touch. Oh, Chaos. Lost a bit of traction there. That probably costed him a little bit. So the Wheezy is probably closing in ever so slightly onto him. Zeppel side by side with Callum. He's on the back of it at the moment. Let's just do this a second. There we go. Zeppel is looking like he's going to take the outside line for a minute there. But he keeps to his inside. Oh, Callum goes wide. Callum goes wide. So that now approaches him side by side. It's going to be very tough to overtake, but Zeppel gets it easily done there on that corner. Nicely negotiated, I must say. So, well done to Zeppel for doing that. Meanwhile, for the battle for 10th, it's between Detox, Jock, and Coppernats. Well, P9. Those three are pretty much closer and pretty much neck and neck with each other. Coppernats is around about 5 points. Oh, gnarly! Oh, Jock has just dropped. Okay, what happened with Jock? Jock is in 11th now, so he must have lost position, but hey ho. The Weedy's still in 3rd, but he's catching up to his teammate Chaos Fury as well. This can prove to be interesting. Now, I do believe in the race they do share the same pit box. Because on other games such as F1, they don't. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they do have a different pit stop. different pit boxes. I mean, not different pit stop. And Wheezy found it a little bit hard to negotiate turn 1 there, so drivers are starting to drop back a little bit. But look at Cobbernuts and Detox. Detox side by side with Cobbernuts going through the tight left-hander. Sometimes you do get it mixed with Parabolica, but Detox looks to have the better entry there. The same mistake that Callum did. Cobbernuts went wide. He probably has to be forced to get the position back, and he gives the position back. So that allows Detox to go into 8th. Eagle now in... Oh! Contact already. I'm at Eagles now dropped to 10th place. And Jock is now back up into 8th. My oh my. I did say the rain will provide some challenges, and boy, I wasn't wrong. Challenges galore here in Monza. Someone has asked in the chat if there is a mandatory stop in the race. Yes, there is. They will have to make a one stop, even if they just pit for tyres. Then that's fine. The fuel will almost certainly go to the end of the race, I think. They will just have to ride on tyres. Already falling away, 4.1 seconds separated between him and Chaos. Chaos and Wheezy now, 1.5 seconds separated between them. Looks like Chaos Fury has better just straight line speed than Wheezy, because he's definitely pulling away more than anyone else by the looks of things. Him managing turn 1 a lot better there. Gnarly and Coppernut side by side. We've also got Clowners drop positions as well, and a bit of contact again. So some people either braking a little bit too early or a little bit too late. Don't know what happened with Clowns and drop position. Probably, of course, because of that contact we've seen a few laps ago that costed it. Now all he's got to do now is try and get that position back. So it's not impossible. Oh, he does it, and he touches. Oh, he slides Jock out of the way. That might be investigated. Don't know. But Clown Chaos is up into 8th for now. It's like in real life. Full breaks a 2-second rule. If not sure, make it 4. And it is around about 4 seconds extra. Up to 4 times more braking distance than, you know. I think that applies to racing as well, as far as I'm aware. So Clown Chaos, I think, has got a drop behind him as well, so he's going to find some more pressure to get him. Now, he did say Clown Chaos did struggle a little bit more in the rain more he did last week. Clown Chaos also wants to prove, oh, Jocksay is struggling. I wonder what his tyres are like. Hold on, let me just get the speedo up. And he's warming up quite quickly than pretty much anybody else. So, but he's gained about 7/10 from his last lap. But his last lap was a 2-minute. Well, looks like Eagle is going to make a move ever so slightly. Hold on, let me just get trackside a second. It was quite hard to get track of these cameras, but Jock stays, I think, in 9th. Couple of nuts right in front in 8th, but he's got some working to do. Clown Chaos now up into 7th, making the move on Coppernuts. Eagle's gone wide. Oh my word, Jock has lost it again. I think it looks like there's a little bit of damage from Jocksay's car. That probably costed that issue. Oh, look at, who's that? That's one American. He's dropped a little bit as well. Might be a little bit. Looks like there's damage, but I don't think there is. Don't forget the Mercs are a lot faster around here than probably most, but obviously Mercs are designed for straight line speed, so not really that surprised that they are fast around here. That's why Moo's starting to pull away. Even though Chaos is finding a bit more time, it was up to 4 seconds a moment ago, and then it was at 3 seconds. So all 13 drivers right now still in the middle of in the race so far. AOR Callum about a second behind Detox now. Detox in 5th. That is pretty good going from Detox. Right now Callum gonna fight some time going into turn 1. Very tight exit. Still not quite enough to get that move done on the guy in front, which is Detox. Now, the battle for last place is heating up. Beef is going to the pits, probably because he's got a bit of damage or something like that, but he will have to pit again soon when the conditions get dry enough to go onto the softer tyres. So he will have to go for a 2-stop. So he's done his mandatory stop, but he will have to go for another one. Wheezy's still in 3rd. He's about a second behind. But Gnarly right behind one American. 3 tenths separated between those two now. I'm trying to keep involved in as much battle as I can. Gnarly not running wide. To be honest, that's where we've seen a lot of people get caught out in these wet conditions, is that corner. It's roughly about lap 4, lap 5. Oh, we got Rainbow in the chat, mate. Hello. How are you doing? Oh, Gnarly, I spoke too soon. I've got a bit of a commentator's curse. I don't like commentator's curses. Not good. The gaps are seen to be dropping at the moment now. So here's your race leader. THR moves, Team Highland Racing. Him flying solo because obviously Wolf has taken a bit of break from AOR for a little bit. He will come back strong, hopefully, next season, in season 13. Which will come a lot sooner than you think. And I think we missed that overtake on Wheezy. So Chaos must have struggled a little bit, because the gap has dropped to... I'm missing these battles left, right and centre, and I do apologise. But obviously when you're trying to catch what's going on behind, and then when you go on to catch... Oh, something else happened at the front. So, hopefully next week I should be getting a co-commentator. Next week, fingers crossed. So he'll be controlling the cameras, not me. It's going to be really strange not to have the freedom to just choose whichever camera I want. But, hey ho. Detox now in the pits. Are these guys going for soft already? That is very strange. But we are starting to see the rain starting to die off a little bit as well. So, I think we're getting to that point where there are going to still be loads of puddles, but they've got to find out if they're going to pit now or later on. Kaka very happy there that Wheezy is in second place. We do see Seppel in 5th now. He's right behind Detox in the Lambo, I mean. Yeah, it looks like a Lambo. Now, a lot of spray and a lot of puddles. Not much rain, but a lot of spray. So, definitely stay on those slicks a little bit, because obviously track is very damp. .4 seconds off his best second was, so probably Detox has probably gained a little bit more time on that entry. Very good exit from Seppel there. to gain a little bit more speed on the corners. He's in the Porsche as well. When I drive a Porsche on this game, it is probably the most difficult I ever have to endure. And it's probably the trickiest I've ever done in my life, so. As Seppel doing a little bit of weaving there. Let's go trackside ever so slightly. So he's around about 8 tenths now. Let's see what the battle with jockeys. Jockeys are around about. Now jockeys finding more time actually. Gnarly is slowing down ever so slightly. So I wonder if he's going to get that overtake done. Let's just go on board with him. No. Probably going to get better response through that. Joggers gained 7 attempts in that first sector. Didn't see what Gnarly did, of course. Seppel is closing in onto Detox. I'm going to watch the gaps breath by breath. Oh, Jock's gone wide. Jock got, someone in front of him. Gnarly's gone wide, and Jock almost hit him. Thank goodness he didn't. There's literally no rain at all now, just wetness right now. Clown Chaos now. He's dropped a few positions in this race, but hopefully he's back where he needs to be right now. In 9th. Again, tracks are starting to dry out, which means the laps are starting to be a lot faster, but there will be a few laps where they do drop in pace a little bit. We're starting to get moves in at 154s. Now, I've known Move for quite a long time, and he is a fast little lad. So, pretty decent. Oh, we got another battle. Oh, Chaos Fury! Chaos Fury has lost it. Looked like it was. I didn't quite see what it was. It looked like it was about 10, 7 or 8. Oh, Chaos Fury. That's now pushed Seppel into 4th. Detox into 3rd. Wheezy's now still in 2nd. So that wasn't an overtake. That was, oh, Seppel! Seppel's lost it again and lost a bit of time. Holy moly. Now, if you let me know if you there's a driver you want to know how well they're doing and want me to have a feel for them a bit more, just let us know in the chat, don't forget. Because obviously we want to make a stream very entertaining for you, as yeah, Seppel has lost some more time to Detox, and Chaos Fury has dropped it way down the order. I want, yeah, that was the window roughly when they were gonna pit, when it was gonna change to dry. So the strategists are right, which is good. Good to hear. It's good that we could get our strategy right, because we do check our strategies. Now Wheezy's gained more time on Moon. Now this is going to be interesting. This is Wheezy then. Doing very, very well so far. Very impressed with how he's coping so far in this league. A few people wanted to see him. Look, there he is. The one who's definitely keeping his cool, just saying, and trying his hardest to see if he can catch up to Moon. Now, 9 attempts in sector 2. Wow. Wow. That is impressive. But he dropped it a little bit there, going through a Ascari, so. Now, I'm seeing less puddles now from these guys, so Question is, are they going to pit now or are they going to pit in a few laps time? Now, I've seen in the other platforms, it does get sunny around about lap 20, lap 25. That's when it starts getting sunny. Well, it might do anyway. So, and Gnarly's behind the one American by the sound of things. That's a battle that we nice to see. Now, there's still a bit of spray on the track on that part of the track. So, maybe it's not the time for softs yet. This is something that they've really got to think about here as they approach the last stages. Now, about to go for the start of Ascari. Very long straight coming up. Gnarly's getting more time here. Obviously, the track is starting to dry up a bit, but I would imagine the tyres will start to get very, very hot. So we'll keep our eyes on what goes on. Now, Joxay is also closing up to Eagle as well, but probably Gnarly is probably the closest gap that we want to see. Ooh, almost broke late into turn one of these guys. They're going to go side by side. Oh, that's very tight. It's going to be very close indeed to get that move done. Going through turn 3 now. One American actually manages to hold on. He's doing ever so well battling with these guys. It's nice to see the one American actually do get involved in this battle. Turn 4, roughly. I need to keep track of my turns. One American is starting to pull away ever so slightly, but he's getting a bit more speed. But when Gnarly goes to the corners, he's excellent, so I wonder if it's just the way that the cars are set up. I don't know, but it is a given sometimes that, you know, there's still 9 of you watching the stream. Times are starting to drop now. Moving to 152s. Now, I think, my opinion anyway, with how this is going to go, once Moo pits, everyone else will probably start to pit. But obviously there's still a bit of spray, so the question is, they need to get the balance right. If they don't get the balance right, they're going to lose it. Because obviously this part of the start-finish straight is dry. But around about turn 5 and 6, you can still see a lot of spray. And that's what a few of the guys were telling me in the Discord chat earlier. As well as a few commentators in our little commentators chat that we have on Twitter. So I always double check with both parties in terms of how the strategy works and such and such, so I can get a little bit of a accurate picture. Now, I'm an Eagle. He's the one that's dropped major as well. But he's doing a lot better. Jock's gone wide again. We still see a bit of sunshine now. So he's coming up a lot earlier than expected, but again, the progression is different on Xbox One, so you never know. So the spray will start to come off and will start to be dry. Moo and Seppel are making the blink then. But is it too early? Look, there's still spray in the pit lane. Very intriguing. Seppel's in the pits as well. That was a very fast pit stop from Moo. Now, I do believe that soft he's got on. Let me just... Oh. Yeah, I still see a bit of spray. So, I wasn't wrong. I think only the start-finish straight has completely dried up. Callum's in the pits as well. He's gone out. A few other guys have gone into the pits. Sappel went into the pits as well. He's in 9th. Again, he's still got... I think it's using the pit exit where it gets a lot of spray because it's not, you know... I think it's still a bit too early, but... They may prove us wrong, but lap 20 is where they start to get a little bit more comfortable. Eagle side by side with Jock again. He is gaining better traction by the looks of things. Eagle's going to look like he's going to take the right-hand side line. Dives it in almost. Oh, that was close. Very close. Now slipstream is key here. You're probably going to get better slipstream now that the track has started to dry up a little bit. Starting to dry up here now, obviously less spray here. And hopefully guys, the audio has come across okay as well, fingers crossed. And looks like Eagles managing to hold on ever so slightly. We can see Clown Chaos in the background as well. Detox is going into the pit, so is Copper Nuts. Looks like they're going on to softs as well, the yellow softs. The pit lane is still wet, obviously. Now, in this game, I don't know what to distinguish if they're wet tyres or soft tyres, but if I follow someone that hasn't pitted yet, like Clown Chaos gone into the pits, I can't really tell the difference. They might have pitted already, you see. I don't know. I can't really tell. I think it is hard to tell, really, if they have pitted or not. So, I don't know what tyres they're on, I mean. But anyway, that's pushed Jock down to P5 now. He's definitely going to get better slipstream here over Sappel because obviously Sappel will have no slipstream because there's no one behind him. No one in front of him, so he's going to have a toe from Sappel by the looks of things, if you like to call it. Wheezy now going into the pits to change to his soft tyres. It is ready to go. Ready to go on his pit stop. Now, interestingly, where is he going to come out? Is he going to jump Moo? That is the question. Don't forget, obviously, I think that a lot of people have gone for the Mert because they are a lot faster in more tracks. And they do tend to choose a car that will be the fastest. Now, where's Moo now? Moo's in the lead. He's just passed pit exit. And he's still ever so close to him. So we could potentially see a battle on our hands between Moo and Wheezy. Moo didn't do quite so well last week, but he is back on true form tonight, which I am super duper happy about. Like, it is good to see a reigning champion back to do what he does best, so pretty impressed. Kaka's from Washington. Well, I didn't know you were from Washington. And just a reminder, people do have to do a mandatory pit stop. The one American is going into the pits as well. Oh. What's happened to his car? He's pitting for tyres right now, but Jock and Chaos Fury is side by side. Chaos Fury easily goes past there. Eagle getting his first time penalty. So everyone else hasn't got a penalty except him. So the fastest lap time you can tell is Moo. Moo's absolutely flooring it right now. Oh, Jock again! You gotta be careful, you gotta wait until someone goes past. He's in the gravel. You've got to be careful not to hit the wall, because otherwise there's going to be damage, and you don't really want that. The fastest set to 2 was actually set by Detox so far, with a 38.9. Fastest set to 3, Wheezy 54. Now, Eagle has got a penalty as well. He's got a blue flag as well, so he's been lapped. We want the only people to get lapped. Detox has gained 3 seconds that lap, so less spray. Probably some of these guys will be relieved that there's going to be less spray. And to be honest, I am as well. But to be honest, the spray that they have on the track now is pretty much manageable. And I always wonder how the hosts of the lobby do set the weather conditions to when it's gonna be dry, because I wonder how it works, but I've never hosted a lobby before, so I wonder. I might try it sometime. But hey ho. Lap 17 of 33. Not much battles happening at the moment because obviously everyone, I believe, has now pitted. So they all pitted, they've all gone to the softs, I believe. I don't think anybody is on wets now, I don't think. I might be wrong, but you never know. But I'm just seeing if we got any battles looming. Potentially we could see one between AOR, Callum and Chaos Fury emerging in the next couple of laps, because he's gaining a little bit more pace right now, which I think is pretty impressive. He's doing well. He's making a very good impression for his first AOR race. And it's nice to be like that. It's nice to make a good impression, and which is what they're doing. Now Gnarly is not that far behind Eagle. Now Eagle's dropping. Now, due to the fact that he was a lap down, he's now gained a bit more time due to the fact that the track is drying up, so which is good. And since we are at the halfway point of the race now, pretty much 15 laps to go, who would you say is your driver of the day so far? Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to get fastest lap? Chaos Fury's, not Chaos, Clown Chaos is going into the pits right now. He's changing his tyres. Well, those are reds, so I do believe that's... Yep, he's definitely changing tyres. So I wonder if that was the softs I was talking about. I should have done my research what colour tyres they were, because otherwise it would have confused me ever so slightly. But you never know. Looks like on fuel everyone is pretty much fine. So all of them, I think, have put enough fuel to make sure that they get themselves to the end of the race, which I think is important, because if you pit for fuel as well, then that is going to be very tricky. Hood said the lobby setup on P cars is pretty good, to be honest. Yes, I think so too. It's you can have, it's a lot customizable, I think, in Project Cars 2. You could do so many things, and it just makes it so cool. Again, I am checking the chat every so often for your response, because I want to get involved in the chat as much as possible. So make sure you respond and talk in the chat if you want any questions answered or anything you're spotting in the race. Or you can get involved on Twitter by using the hashtag AORPcars as well. So there's multiple ways you can get involved. It's also getting to that point in the race where we are seeing the cream of the crop. We are seeing the top rise to the top. He's about to lap Clown Chaos. Now Clown Chaos won last week. And I think it looks like the roles have swapped. Some of the spray hasn't dried off. I thought it would. The Wheezy now 2.1 seconds behind Moose, so he might overtake him towards the end. He's got 13 laps to do it. So it is doable. It's not impossible, it is doable. And that's what it makes things so intriguing and so interesting to watch from a driver's perspective. It looks like Clown Chaos being now in last, I think, because obviously he pitted. He's got a bit of dirt, I think, on his bodywork. But he's already gained some time already, so probably him going to the pits is probably the best thing. Look at Wheezy now. This could potentially be an... Oh, I am actually jinxing it right here. I called it, and this is happening, lads. This could be the potential for an overtake. He's now on the 1 second window now. The sun is coming up here in Monza. The conditions we all know and love. They are pushing the limit right now. Probably the traffic but in front of Wheezy is not going to help in the slightest at all. So that's probably going to allow Moon to pull away a little bit. I think Clown Chaos needs to get out of the way. He does get out of the way, so very good of him. I don't know what happens if you ignore a blue flag. I think you get a penalty. Beats has also got a blue flag as well. And so is Joxay, so quite a lot of people. Yes, Wheezy's in that 1 second window. Oh, it's getting exciting. There's still traffic in front of Wheezy again. This time I think it's Scott. Joxay, not Scott. Why do I keep saying it's Scott? It's Jock. My bad. He's going to flash his lights at some point, I know it. He's going to be like, move out of the way, please. I want to get past so I can battle move. I think that's what he's thinking in his head. And they're like, why are you not moving? It's like that. It's like that with any GT racing. You've got to learn how to deal with traffic, because if you're a slow driver, you're almost certain you're going to get blue flagged at least 1 or 2 times per race, especially in endurances. But obviously, I think in about 2 races time there will be the first endurance one, so looking forward to that. But anyway, Wheezy's come close to traffic. Well, he's actually got rid of the traffic now, but Beats right behind Jot now. He's close, but he's not making the move, which I think is great, because if he made the move now, he probably would have made contact. So, in a way, you've got to really choose your battles. It says, Jot for driving the day for best ballet move. Well, to be honest, there has been some replica ballet moves already in Project Cars so far tonight, so you could say that, Hoods, okay. Say that. And Roberto saying something in Spanish or Italian that I don't understand. Daichi Lopiglia. I think I pronounced that wrong. I do apologise, and I don't know what that means. So, but anyway, he's right behind Jock. If the gap drops a bit between the leaders, I'll probably have to follow them. Yes, they are. So I'm to apologise. I will have to follow that. For some of you, if to be honest, if there's a battle for the lead, I pretty much change that battle instantly because this can change parcel. This could be Weezy's second podium in the row, you know, if he keeps this up. But to be honest, I don't want to jinx anything. Oh, Weezy set the fastest sector 3 again. 1:47.9. That is very impressive. Now, what lap time is he going to set this lap? 1:48.3. Oh, they're incredibly close. Not gained as much time as he would have liked, but you never know. Looks like Moo and Weezy are pretty much going to be similar paces, so I won't be surprised if they are going to be championship contenders for most of this. I wonder. Because obviously last year the main championship contenders were Wolf and Moo. We could see Moo and Weezy. Clown Chaos can go into the mix. Pretty much anyone can go into the mix. It's the early stages of the season and anything can happen. Obviously it's a 10 race season, so they don't have that long. Halfway through the season we will know who is still in and running for the championship and who is not. To be honest, I think that this season is going to fly by incredibly quickly, and that's what I like about it. So much action packed into 1 hour of racing every week. Now, Jock and Eagle battle is interesting, as well as this one. I just don't know which battle to watch, but the battle for the lead can change every minute, and people will be like, why am I not following the overtake for the lead? So, again, you have to choose your battles, and that's what we're choosing. Now let's go on cockpit cam for this special moment. Weezy's going to have another chance. He's going to make the move on the inside. Side by side going into turn 1. Who is going to have the better on here? Moo defends that very well. Very tight. Oh my word. Moo just flips everywhere. I don't know what caused that, but holy moly. That almost ended in tears. Doesn't like Moo hasn't got much damage, luckily. Might have been his rear that's costed him, but holy moly, that might be investigated after the race. But I'm not entirely sure what happened. I don't know who to blame. I am going to remain impartial for this situation. Ricardo saying, oh Christ though. Yeah. Well, I think there's still spray there. People will underestimate it ever so slightly, but I hope. So, Weezy in the lead then. Moo in second, Seppel in third now. Seppel could be in a contender to actually get second. You never know, that instant in turn 1 it might be decent, but I don't know. I can't really call it. So, we still got Seppel, and I think we got the one American right behind as well. Yes, we do. We're a lap down. Seppel going for a Ascari now. 1 temp down. Shame we're not going to pretty much see a lead battle towards the end, but we could see a pole. Oh, apparently Moo's lagging. Okay. Thanks for the update. Eagle's gone into the pits now. Yeah, it looks like Moo's lagging ever so slightly. But hopefully his lag issues get sorted soon. Yeah, when there's an incident, I always say, oh my word, it's just something I've come accustomed to, really. But, hey ho. Now Moo is back into contention now. I think Weezy is slowed down. Is he going to let him through, or is it going to be lag? I don't know. I think because it's lag, they're probably going to battle it again, I think that's what they're going to do. But let's find out. I thought it was going to be over, but it's not. Let's see what happens here. The sun is shining bright in Monza, I can tell you that. So that is also another thing that makes it tricky. They're going through the long straight for Ascari now, but the long bridge as well. You can brake a bit later now, obviously in these dry conditions, but don't forget the spray as well. Looks like Moo's taking the outside line for a little bit. Now he's taking, I think he's doing his, Weezy was taking that line, but obviously you got to try and avoid the rain and spray. Turn one then, is it going to be better this time? Almost a bit of contact again, but looked like it was a racing incident. So looks like it's all A-OK at the moment. They are still going to be fighting for these last couple of laps. I love it when it's like this. I love it when I can watch battles go through to the end. It's pretty darn awesome. Oh, contact again. I jinxed too soon. Now Sebel's not that far. Oh no, Moo's slowing down. Moo's slowing down. Oh no. So the same situation happened again. Sebel's now 5 seconds down the road. This will be a manic end to the Grand Prix, if I say so myself. But, hey ho on that one. I say if things go manic in this race, this is going manic. But sometimes that's what happens in racing. I think Chaos Fury is right down at the bottom. I think that's why. I think it's being lapped or something. I don't know. But or it might be the one American. No, Chaos Fury is now into 10th. That's why. And all Moose went wide again. What is going on with Moo? Maybe the spray is definitely troublesome to some drivers. Looks like Seppo is closing up onto Moo now. Old championship rivals. They've been in the top tier for quite some time now, so looks like Seppo has got the move done. I think turn one for Moo is getting quite tricky towards the end of that race there. It's not really that surprised as who do you think's going to win this battle now? The person I thought was going to win this race is not winning at the moment. That's what I like. It can all change like that. So, and yeah, a few people saying Moo's bowled this race. You might think that, yeah, but all Moo's got to learn now that Moo can't give up. He has to keep going and make his way to the end. That's all he's got to think about right now. He's got to focus, get in that positive mindset, and that will help him. Now the battle for the win is between Seppel and Wheezy. This could be Wheezy's win. This could be Wheezy's first win. Could we see two new drivers win the first week and the second week? You never know. All will be revealed in about 3 or 4 laps time. Very, very intriguing. If you guys just watching us, hello and welcome to the Xbox One Tier 1. We did start a bit late the race due to the fact there was some lobby problems once, but they were resolved thankfully, so we're back to racing. So they only had to do a few restarts and that was it. But some of the drivers did face some troubles. But it is all good for now, so very impressed with how these festivities are starting to develop. Wheezy's got to do all he can now to try and hold on to that win. And battle for the points towards the back of the field now is getting more and more and more crucial now. This is pretty much very, very important to get right as well. Because otherwise you could lose it. And that could be a race gone. Like that. So still more to play for. Orders can change. I did say the orders were going to change, so that might have been a commentator's curse. And obviously I am known to give a commentator's curse. Oh, Herds, love your puns. He has to keep moving. Oh God. I have seen that pun used before though, but nice that someone has used it. Seppel's now 2.2 seconds behind Wheezy now, so Seppel's gaining a lot more time now. He's managing his tyres quite nicely, but there was a slight weave towards the start of the second turn. Very tight right-hander coming up, so approachable to get right. And let us know in the chat, guys, what has been your favourite moment of the race so far? To be honest, there has been some good moments. There has been some moments where some of the drivers need to be more careful, but some drivers, they kept it clean. And for some of them, they've not let their negative mindset throw them and carried on, which I think is very, very important. And don't forget, next week's track is going to be more trickier. Just watch out for. There's probably going to be a lot more people going into the pits. A few more damages. I just can't call it. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens next week, and see how it develops. As Callum's doing all he can to hold on to 5th place, which he's doing ever so well, to tell you the truth, so he's doing all he can. Just to let you know, we've got some other AOR races happening this week. Thursday, we got the IMSA race in PC Project Cars, commentated by Yorkie, so if you want more Project Cars 2 action, check that out. Tomorrow, I think it's at 8, I think it starts, so check that out. On Friday night at Harper State, it will be iRacing. I think it's Formula Renault this week, so they alternate between Formula Renault and F3. And that lasts for about an hour and a half, 2 hours-ish. On Saturday, I think it's R-Factor 2, but it depends if they run a race again. And Sunday, it is Break Week for AOR, so for F1, so you'll hardly see any F1 action on Sunday. So it will be a break week for the drivers. So maybe there'll be action today, tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. So want some good action. No! Seppel sliding in onto Wheezy now. To be honest, this is his best opportunity. Seppel winning a bit wide there. I wonder if Wheezy's getting holed up in some traffic. To be honest, I don't even know. To be honest, I can't really tell. It might be his teammate. Let me just, actually no, let me stay on cockpit cam for ever so slightly. Oh, and let me change it back ever so slightly so I can see where Chaos is on track. Yeah, Chaos is in front of his teammate, who's a lap ahead of him, so he needs to get out of the way. Otherwise, Seppel can catch up and possibly take the win here. Again, this can spice things up, all you know. Gap now down to 6/10, 5/10. I wonder if your heart must be racing right now, because mine definitely is, and very, very tight. Very important to get right as well. Seppel's got to get it done in the next couple of laps, otherwise it will be game over, but he'll be in a good position to get into second place. That will be a win in his books. But, oh, we see someone spinning. Who's that? I think that's Eagle. Yeah, that's Eagle is spun in front of Moo. Luckily, Moo managed to avoid that. Moo was comfortably leading for most of this race, but a few mistakes has cost him. But look at Seppel. Oh no, I missed the battle for the lead. No. This could all change again. Wheezy taking, diving. No, but he stays where he is. So Seppel is in the lead of this Grand Prix with 2 more laps to go. It was important that he did it, and he did it. Now, what Seppel's got to do now is focus on keeping Wheezy behind him. Oh, Wheezy's gone wide. He's cut the circuit. That's lost him a bit of time, actually. Oh, and Seppel's lost it. Seppel's now down to 3rd. Moo's in the lead. Oh my word, what is happening on circuit right now? So at one moment Wheezy was in the lead, then it was Seppel, now it's Moo again. Holy moly, what a crazy last pit to this race. Absolutely sensational. So now Wheezy was the one that struggled. Didn't quite see what happened there, but the order has changed once again. I think Chaos must have slowed Wheezy. I think that's what happened. Now Wheezy's got to find one more lap. Now, next week, in terms of improvements for next week's stream, because we'll have a co-commentator next week, fingers crossed, we will be paying more attention to battles going up in the field. So do not worry, guys. Don't worry, Roberto. We won't miss out on these battles again. So any feedback you want to give in the stream, please let me know. Oh, my controller got disconnected. There we go. It's back to normal now. Here we go. Seppel 1 second behind Moo. This is his one final chance to see if he can glitch him in or move. Win or move. And yes, there has been shenanigans. But there is no Xbox race without shenanigans. Holy moly. But can we see a change again? We're going to follow these two cars for the last lap because this is very, very important. I don't think Weezy's going to get that win now. The victory pretty much slipped to his fingers. Seville's going to get the right-hand line, but that's a very wet line, so... But he couldn't afford to wait. Moo goes on the defensive. And he stays out at the moment. Not going for a scurry now. I'm getting the roof cam at the moment just to see what is going to happen. Now going on to the dry, very dry bits of the circuit now. Seppel's got to do all he can, but I think it's going to be a little too late. As against all odds, Moo takes the win at Monza. He drops into third place after that issue earlier on, but he gains the lead once again. And he let the negative mindset get away from him and focused on what was happening for the rest of the race. And that is why he is your winner today. Oh my god, there's actually no words. Literally no words. I can't believe what just happened. Moo, Seppel and Weezy each led a few laps of this Grand Prix. 1 minute I thought Seppel was going to win. 1 minute I thought Moo was going to win. 1 minute I thought Weezy was going to win. And Moo defeated those odds. I am crazy. Yeah, I'm just speechless. I'm just like, I wonder what you guys are thinking in the chat, but you know, that's what happens in a race sometimes. Moments like that. Crazy. I'm probably going to clip that. Because, you know, I'm going to clip that and, you know. But anyway, let's see who else has still got to finish. So, the final order then, Moo is in first, Seppel in second, Weezy in third, Detox getting his best finish of the season in fourth, Callum in fifth, not bad from him, Cobblenuts we haven't seen much this race in P6, Beats in P7, Chaos Fury in P8, not the best race for him, Gnarly in ninth, the one American improving on his best result in 10th, so good result, Jock in P11, and Clown has retired on lap 30. I didn't see that happening. So that must have been that instant earlier, but you never know now. Earlier on, the party did not work when I was joined to a party, so we'll just have to see if this works. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a party. And we are going to get our top 3 of Moo, Seppel and Weezy in the chat. So I can't hear the music at the moment because obviously you'll hear an echo in the stream and you don't really want that, do you? Right. Party options. I need to invite. There we go. Invite to party. So we have got, let's find Moo, where are ya? Do I have Moo? I can't remember. I thought I did. That's strange. I'm looking at my offline, that's why I'm struggling. Right, we've got Moo, we've got Weezy, and Seppel. Where are you, Seppel? Seppel's appearing offline. So he's right down there. There we go. Let's just hopefully this is going to work with these interviews. If you have any questions in the chat, please, for our top 3, please let us know in the chat, and I will answer it on your behalf. So we have Weezy in the party at the moment, just waiting for the rest of our top lot to go. Nobody can hear them at the moment until I get all of them in the party anyway. So I've muted them from OBS at the moment, so the stream cannot hear them at the moment. So I think we're just waiting for Moo. And hold on, let me just do this a second. I'm just checking to see everyone. And I think whilst we wait for Moo, I think we'll have a chat with the rest of our podium sitters. Now that was a crazy last few laps of this race, Staffel. You were down around about P4 at the start of the race, then you were in P3, then you were leading, and then you were back to P3, then you went back to P2. Tell us what happened from your perspective. Were you expecting to get a podium today?
I knew Monza is one of my strongest tracks, so I knew I had some pace in the car and could possibly be able to challenge for the podium. But after I bottled the qualifying, because I was over 1 second down on my PB from the practice qualifying sessions, I was a little bit disappointed, and then I took it very, very easy in the opening laps, and I think I was back on 8th during the first few laps.
Yeah.
Then I had a small mistake after I overtook Chaos. I had a good battle with Detox, and I jumped him in the pits because I pitted 1 lap earlier than him.
Yeah.
I came out in front of him, and then I had about 20 seconds. I was 20 seconds behind Weezy and Moo. But I was actually very slightly closing them down. But in normal circumstances, not enough to really catch them. And then, in the last few laps, everything got a little bit crazy because I think they came together. One of them, or I think Moo spun first, and then Weezy spun, and then they came together.
We collect each other at the first chicane.
There was something really crazy. I have to watch the stream back, and suddenly, apparently, Moo was very slow because I think he had damage, and then I overtook him and closed Weezy down 2 laps to go, and I think Weezy made a small mistake at the third to last lap out of the Parabolica, out of the last corner, and I was able to go past. And then he just misjudged the braking point into the second chicane, which is a little bit unfortunate, to be honest, because I probably would have won it. But that's what it is. It's racing.
That's what I was about to say. Just happened in racing. And speaking on the same situation, actually, I may as well speak to Weezy as well about this. Tell us what happened from your perspective, because you were doing very well to catch up to Moo, and then Moo had a mistake and spun and had contact with you in turn 1. There was a lot of battles with you this race, and a lot of carnage as well. And how did you cope with that?
Yes, I think with a better qualifying and a better first lap, I could win this race with more ease, because I think I was the fastest on track. So it was my fault to have a bad qualifying. So that took me in this very tricky position. So after the first few laps, I was closing on Moo, and after the pit, I continued to close on Moo. But when I tried to overtake him, I took the outside on the first chicane. I give him some room, and when we got to turn for the second chicane, I think he was thinking that he was already full ahead of me, but he was, I think, and he closed the door and we touched, and I had some damage, and I was lapping 1.5 seconds, one and a half seconds lower after this contact, and after that I made some mistakes, so Seppel can catch me, and he passed me, and in the second chicane on the second to last lap, I think I just misjudged the braking point and slightly touched him. So I apologize for that. A very, very bad mistake. So sorry, mate.
Yeah, it's that's really unfortunate, and I'm really a little bit down, but that's what it is. I think, and
I
think
it's racing.
You
and
have all the rights.
It's racing, and these things happen. So
you have all the rights to be upset. So
And tonight, and
but you waited for me, so everything fine.
Yeah, and it takes guts to apologise like that. So good job on that. And but you still got a lot to take out of this, Wheezy. You got your second podium in the row. How does that feel?
Bad, because I was the fastest on track and I came up on third on the final lap, so not so good, because if you are the fastest on track, you want to win.
Yeah, so we aiming for the win then today?
Yes. I'm feeling very good in this race. So I was feeling very good in this race. So third place is not so good. But the race are the race. So can happen. Everything can happen. So
yeah,
and was my fault for the most part. So I can't blame on anything other than me. So.
And going into the next race, both of you, which I do believe is Long Beach. I have done my research. It is one of the street circuits, and it's quite tricky. How are you going to cope not touching the barriers? I'll start with Seppel.
I remember this race from a few seasons ago. I think we had it in season 10 or 9 even. I don't know.
It was Indy. I remember it had.
Yeah, I think it was a race where we weren't streamed yet, so it must have been season 9.
Oh,
I think we raced there in Long Beach, and it was a big wreck fest, and I think there were only 3 or 4 people surviving the race. So that's the first goal for Long Beach next week, to survive and don't hit the walls, because if you do hit the wall, the race is basically over. That's what you saw today, as a lot of guys made some mistakes and spun out and had damage and had to pit early, and then race is over. It's all about the patience in this race next week. So stay easy when you're not in first, and let the race come to you, and find your rhythm. Don't hit the wall, and then the race will come to you from its own. Yeah, sure. That as well.
What about you, Weezy? Because you want to win as well next week, but is your goal also to survive as well?
I don't know. I don't race on Long Beach so much, so I don't know if this track is good for me or not. So I wait the practice session before making some prediction.
Yeah, and I can tell you guys practice a lot before Wednesdays anyway, so we should find out as in the middle of the week before the stream all your paces.
Yes.
But well done both of you on that podium. I don't know where Moo's got to, because I added him to a party, but I think he must be offline. But Moo did take the win, so well done to him. And thanks to everybody for watching the stream. We did eventually get the lobby going, and we still got a stream, so glad that it was sold eventually. And make sure you do join us next week, same time at 8 o'clock for the Long Beach race for round number 3. Now this should be chaos, but I'm looking forward to it. But I think hopefully the ultimate goal for everyone is to survive, and if they do survive, then it's going to be a real achievement. But anyway, thanks for listening. See you next time. Good night.